And Pamela, the two main reasons why President Trump says that he likes tariffs is that he wants to shrink trade deficits, but also bring manufacturing back to the United States. So we set out to answer that question. Has that actually happened? How many companies have moved 100% of their manufacturing to the United States since President Trump took office? Well, the answer, pretty clear. Zero. And we've looked at big companies and mid-sized companies and still came up with that same answer. Of course, there could be some smaller companies that we don't know about, but the ones that we track, zero. Companies, though, instead of moving all of their manufacturing, have moved some manufacturing to the United States. And big companies that are really important to the U.S. economy. Apple, IBM, Johnson & Johnson, foreign automakers, Hyundai, Ford, and NVIDIA, the AI chip maker. And they have invested quite a bit already into the United States. Look at that. Apple, $600 billion, IBM, $150 billion, Johnson & Johnson, $55 billion, Hyundai and Ford together, $26 billion. And then an interesting way that NVIDIA is bringing revenue into the United States, 15% of all of their AI chips sold in China, now those sales coming back into the United States. So Pamela, really the hurdles to setting up manufacturing in the United States is high labor costs and just the ability to manufacture the items themselves because there isn't the manufacturing set up here in the United States. A company called Afina, who I spoke to, they make shower heads. To produce one of their shower heads in China costs $129 for consumers to buy. But if they were to source the parts and make it right here in the United States, it would cost more than 80% more, $239 for the consumer. So the CEO wanted to see, hey, will any of my customers pay more if it's made in America? He sent an email to 25,000 of his customers and asked that very question. Here is what he found out, and here is what he told me. Watch.
We sold 584, I believe, of the made in China version, priced at $129. And unfortunately, zero made in the US version, priced at $100 more.
Were you surprised?
Yes.
Okay, so there you have it, Pamela. Zero people were willing to buy a shower head at $239, even though it was made in America. So that is a hurdle that many companies face. They want to be able to bring manufacturing here to the United States, but it's too expensive. And then if consumers don't buy it, you're out of business. And that is why you see companies investing, not moving their supply chains totally.
Trump bragged that his tariffs would bring American manufacturing back. Reality check. Zero companies have moved 100% of their manufacturing to the U.S. since he took office. Zero. Instead of a manufacturing boom, all we've gotten are higher costs for consumers, empty promises, and a policy that hurts American families more than it helps. Republicans love the tough talk on trade, but when it comes to actual results, nothing but failure.